Hey everyone, let's talk tonight about finding the percent. Now, when you're finding the percent, you're trying to find the part over the whole. Now, remember that you're trying to find the part over the whole and what your steps are, which are 1, set up, 2, multiply. Running out of room there. Okay, multiply. 3, divide. So those are our 3 steps that we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up my proportion, part over whole. Now, we got to figure out what we're actually looking for. So in the question it says 28 is what percent of 50? So let's look at this. When we look at the word of means divide. That's what's actually splitting up our equation. So we need to make sure that we understand that. Now, when we're talking part over whole, when we're looking for a percent, we need to go ahead and understand that below on the actual fraction, one of them is going to be 100. Now, when we look up at our actual equation up here, we have 28 is what percent of 50. So if you notice, 50 is going to be our bottom number in our denominator, and 28 is going to be up top. It actually just made our entire fraction for us, so we really don't need to worry about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 28 over 50. Now I have this one little section that I have nothing in. So that is where my variable will actually go, which we're actually going to use x. Okay? Now our second step said to multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply. Multiply butterflies, I say in some of my classes. So let's cross multiply. 50 times x is going to be 50x. Make sure that your variable goes along with it because you have multiplied it. Anytime you multiply a number by a variable, the variable always goes with. Now, do 28 times 100. So, if you cover up the zeros, 28 times 1 is 28. You just tack on 2 zeros that we didn't use. Now, our third step was to divide. So I'm going to divide each side by what we call the coefficient, which is the number in front of the variable. So we're going to divide each side by 50. Now if you notice, I do have 1 0 on the denominator and I also have a 0 on top in the numerator. I can actually cancel those zeros out and it only leaves me with 280 divided by 5. Now 50 divided by 50 leaves me with just 1x. If it helps you, you can put the 1 in front of the x. Just let it be known that on any papers that you do, you just need to write x. So let's figure out how many times 280 can go in, or 280 can be divided by 5. So make our house. Remember, top in, bottom out. So we put 280 in the actual box and then 5 on the outside. How many times can 5 go into 2? It can't. It has to be bigger than 5 or it has to be 5. So what about 5 going into 28? 5 can go into 28 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down my 0. How many times can 5 go into 30? 5 can go into 30 6 times. So my actual percent is going to be 56. Now all we're going to do is put that in to where the x is. So 56 over 100 ends up being 56%. So our answer is going to be 56%. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a great day.